and welcome to the Movie Scoops podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and today we have some news to catch up on. I've been away for a few weeks, on holidays, just spending time with the family, Christmas, New Year's, you know, the usual. I feel like everyone has been going through that, and now we're back. It did kind of suck last time because, there was just so much news that, came out the day after this podcast came out that I was like, oh my goodness, I just need to talk about this. Come on, just let me come back so I could just talk about it. But I had to tell myself, Sean, no. You need a break. You've been working hard. You need a break, and you just need a rest. And then you can come back strong and do it. I do not have a co-host with me today. All I have is bottles of water and a weird looking pillow right here. Not yet. What are we going to be talking about today? We're going to talk about Cobra Kai. That season 3 came out. We're going to be talking about lots of Marvel news, lots of DC news, some news that we missed last week because we were caught up with time. And we're going to be introducing a new segment onto the show called What Am I Watching? Because we all know you guys want to know what I'm watching because I come here and I tell you what I'm watching every single week. But at the end, I'm going to be telling you what I'm planning to watch. And in that section there, from weeks on from this point, we're going to be putting in reviews of stuff that I've watched so far. I'm going to go watch The Boys or something. The Boys, a TV show that I love. I wouldn't put it in this part of the podcast. I'd go back into that section of what am I watching and be like, I watched The Boys, and this is what I think about it. It's just a fun little section there so that you guys can see what I'm watching, and maybe you guys can watch it with me. Next week, I will be planning on doing two things. Maybe not coming out the same week, but it will be done next week. I'll be doing the Shawnees. If you... I just thought of that a few minutes ago. The Shawnees, which the Oscars have been cancelled this year. That's been known for a while. So, in honor of that, we'll be doing the Shawnees. We're just going to be basically the Oscars, but worse. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Look out for my socials, because you guys are going to be the one who's going to be voting on Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Film, Best Screenplay, Best Cinematography, all that love and jazz. And I'm really excited to see what you guys think. I know 2020 was a pretty crappy year for movies. Had some really good ones in there as well. I'm really hoping Andy Samberg wins Best Actor because he was great in Palm Springs. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my first ever watch-along for Cobra Kai, the entire series. So the way that works is that I'm going to be sitting and watching through the entirety of Cobra Kai. Probably not in one sitting because that'd be crazy. That's 25 hours. I'll be sitting there and watching it, and I'll be recording myself. Sort of like what we're doing right now. But the way it's going to work is that you can watch it in parts, you can watch your episodes, you watch it with me, and we're going to sync each other up by looking at something on the screen that will sync us up. And then you're just going to maybe watch me make jokes, watch it, add comments to it, look at the cinematography. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. I know I've seen a lot of people do this, and I'm really excited to try it because it's just such an awesome idea. Yeah, so we're going to get into the news. We're going to get into some reviews later. What am I watching? You'll have to find out. You have to wait to the end. And let's get into it. Okay. The Loki series creator wants to write a new Star Wars film. Now, Star Wars has been coming back in a big way in the last few years, as known by The Mandalorian, the sequel trilogy, as well as pretty much everything that they've announced in the last few years. So it's not surprising that a whole bunch of people want to get their hands on it, like the Game of Thrones guys, which was funny. I love that story of the Game of Thrones guys who were so on top of the world when they were in the point when they were making the best TV series ever. And when they ran out of the content and they had to write it themselves, they completely stuffed it and lost everything they worked for. That's hilarious. So I'm really excited. Well, I mean, obviously we haven't seen the Loki series yet. So we don't know if it's going to be as amazing as I hope it will be. But yeah, I really hope that the person who does it is really good. And yeah, let's move on. James Gunn stole the idea for Stan Lee's cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. James Gunn did an interview this week where he said that when he was trying to figure out a cameo for Stan Lee, he stole the idea of having Stan Lee with the Watchers, which I think is freaking hilarious. I think it's hilarious that James Gunn was just like, this is hilarious. I'm going to put this in my screenplay. I'm going to put this in the script so that it's in the movie. And that's hilarious. I love that. It's awesome. Let's move on. Oscar Isaac has been confirmed to play Moon Knight. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little bit sick. The worst part about living in Australia is that in the summer it's so bloody hot, and when you're going to sleep at night, it's so hot that you need to have the fan on. But when you have the fan on, you get sick because it's too close to you. That's irony right there. It's so hot that you need to be cooled down, and when you cool down, you get sick, and it's awful. It's not COVID. It's not symptoms of COVID. I can still smell. I'm not coughing. It's just sniffles. But let's keep going. Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight. I'm not sure what to think about this, honestly, because I really wanted Keanu Reeves to play Moon Knight. But I think Oscar Isaac will be great as Moon Knight. I think that everyone is going to be, who in those series are going to be great. I'm really excited for it. I know he was rumored to play him a few weeks ago, but I guess he's confirmed now. Just going to get the fluids in my throat. Special happy birthday this week to my boy, Nicolas Cage. Oh, big boy Cage. Yeah. The one man who can make everything on fire and yelling a movie. And that's all of his movies, basically. And I've recently watched his new TV series on Netflix, The History of Swearing. If you haven't watched, just stay. If you haven't watched that show, what are you doing? It's so funny. It's not even funny. They've got all these comedians to come in and they talk about swearing. Like all the swear words. The F-bomb, the B-bomb, the S-bomb. Damn. It's really funny. I sat there and I was just laughing the whole time. And the fact that they got Nicolas Cage to host it, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. One thing from that series that stuck with me was when I think Nicolas Cage was talking. No. They were talking about the most famous swear words in everywhere in the world. And in South Africa, they apparently have a swear word. It's not really a swear word. It's a phrase. And this is their most popular swear word. And it means, I hope your hands turn into fishhooks and your balls start being itchy. Like, what? That's brutal. That's scary. I'm mortified when I heard that. I was like, what the heck? What? And what sentence does that come up in? Does someone walk down the street and then they look at you funny and you're like, hey, I hope your fingers turn into fishhooks and your balls get itchy? What? That's terrifying. I'm scared. I'm petrified. I'm mortified. Oh my gosh. But that made me laugh. I love it. I think very funny show. Definitely watch it. Amazing. Doctor Strange 2 has paused production. Per Elizabeth Olsen. Because of England's new lockdown. Obviously, everything that's going on with the coronavirus at the moment in England is very well documented, and we're praying for you guys. I hope everything works out. Doctor Strange, get back to filming because I want to see you in cinemas this year. It's 2021. I want to see you in cinemas this year. You come to me. You're going to be in cinemas right now. Or is it 2020? I'm not sure, but you're going to be in cinemas, so I can see you, so you better finish. Cyborg has been written out of the Flash movie. Now, we have covered on the Ray Fisher controversy on this podcast before about how he called out Joss Whedon. Warner Brothers had an investigation, and they fired Joss Whedon. That's very well documented. But because of him doing that, because of him going the distance with Warner Brothers and everything, Warner Brothers want to pretty much they're done with him. They're done. I mean, that's fair enough for a business standpoint. You don't want someone who will go the distance and complain that much. I'm thinking this from a business perspective. From a human perspective, what Ray Fisher did was right, and what he had went through was horrific, and everyone on the cast went through was horrific. But from a business standpoint, not allowing that kind of actor to come back into your series and to be paid by you millions of dollars just so there is another controversy is a great idea. But also Ray Fisher resigned for the role, so I guess that made it a lot easier for them. So it means that they're not going to recast, and yeah. Let's move on. Do you guys remember the SpongeBob movie? Not the one that came out this year with Keanu Reeves, but the one from a few years ago. The one where it had David Hasselhoff. That movie came into the news this week because David Hasselhoff is selling his giant model of himself, the 14-foot long version of himself from the movie. He's selling it online. For $40,000. Who wants to buy a David Hasselhoff for $40,000? A 14-foot person. That's crazy. That's insane. Let's move on. Zack Snyder has no plans after his cut of the Justice League. And I think that's bull. I think that is 100% bull. I think that he's not letting up his plans. I think that he has plans upon plans of what he's going to do. And I feel that he's just waiting for this movie to be successful, because it will be successful. There's hundreds of millions of fans out there who are excited for this movie, including myself, who will pay to see this movie. And it will be successful. It will make back a lot of money. And Warner Brothers and HBO Max are on a gold mine right here. People want to see what Zack Snyder has planned. And if this movie is not only successful but good, that's a gold mine. They're probably going to do another Batman. They're probably going to do another Superman. They've already planned to do another Wonder Woman. That's spoilers for the next bit of news of this. But yeah, I think that's bull. Oh. Let's move on. What the heck? Okay. Sorry. My next bit of news is going to be about Tanya Roberts, who was a Bond girl and was in that 70s show. She played Donna's mother. But the news that I have here that I have saved on my phone, it says Tanya Roberts is still alive despite her rep and husband claiming she had died on Sunday. Roberts' husband had told rep, friends, and family that she died. However, the hospital confirmed today that she is still alive. Well then. Looks like a bit of controversy there. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure she's actually passed away or not. I might actually Google it for a second here because, yeah, like, if you're saying that someone has passed away, like, that's pretty bad. And she hasn't. Died. Yeah, January 4th. Yes, so she has passed away. She has passed away now. Which is awful. It's terrible. She's a great actress. She was in Charlie's Angels. She was great. She was an amazing actress. Very funny in that 70s show. I know she had problems with drug abuse. and alcohol abuse during that show, but she was great. She was very funny, and I loved her in that. Let's move on. DC will reportedly have 2 different Batman film sagas, one with Robert Pattinson and the other with Michael Keaton. Like, what? This is the first I'm hearing of this about Michael Keaton. I saw the photo of Michael Keaton. I'm like, oh, this is the photo. But Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman in the Flash movie. Are they really going to make another Batman movie with Michael Keaton? Michael Keaton. That's insane. That is insane. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. My favorite Batman movie is Batman 1989 because it is brilliant. It is a brilliant movie, and I love it. I love how the city is a character. I love the Joker. I love the Batman. I love the Alfred. I love Bruce Wayne. I love everything in that movie. Yeah, I just slapped myself. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Wonder Woman 3 is officially in the works. We said this a little earlier, but it has been fast-tracked by Warner Brothers and has been written and directed, once again, by Patty Jenkins. Oh. Just swallowed something really bad. Yeah, that's exciting. I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed it. I loved it. We'll talk about that a little bit later when I talk about Cobra Kai and Wonder Woman, but I don't care what any of you say. I loved it. I thought it was great. So, my opinion matters and yours doesn't. I'm kidding. Everyone's opinion does matter on this topic, but my opinion is that it's great. Let's move on. Mad Max Furiosa, I think that's how you pronounce the name of the lady from Mad Max Fury Road, will be released in June 23rd, 2023. The prequel series starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, and will be a George Miller directed movie. Sounds great. Let's just hope there's no production issues like the last time. Let's move on. Today, on the day that we are recording this, there was some news. Lots of Marvel news. Kevin Feige went on an interview and released many news on everything. Such as Falcon the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Loki, and She-Hulk. And She-Hulk, they announced the run times of their series and how many episodes. So, Falcon the Winter Soldier will be 6 episodes, 40 to 50 minutes long. Moon Knight, same deal. Loki, same deal. But She-Hulk, 30-minute episodes, 10 episodes. Crazy, awesome. 10 episodes, 6 episodes. I do think 6 episodes is a bit short, but they're like bite size. You just bite into it and you want more. Let's move on. I'm going to save that for a little bit later, this news, because it's exciting. Morbius has been delayed again and will be released October 8th, 2021. That's probably just because of the coronavirus, obviously, because that's life at the moment. I made a podcast a while ago called Everything is Delayed! And that's where I was like, I ranted about it because I hated it. I was like, this is stupid. Why is this being delayed? And it's gotten to the point now where I'm just like, delayed? I guess so. It's got to the point where movie release dates are so unpredictable and so unbelievable to the fact where it's the week of your movie coming out and you're like, is anything going to happen? Is this going to go somewhere else? Are we not going to be able to see this movie again? Like, what is the point? I understand the point. You can't release a movie. Well, the point is, and this is the actual point, it's not because of safety or anything. It's about money. The fact is that if you release a movie to cinemas during COVID, during lockdowns and whatnot, your movie won't make money. They proved that with Tenet, and they proved that with Wonder Woman 1984. When they release their movies, the one goal for those movies is to make money. Look at Avengers Endgame. That made $2 billion. But when you look at Tenet, and it didn't even make it back its budget. For a movie that was supposed to be the savior of the year. A really good movie, might I add. Didn't make back its budget. Because people didn't go to the cinemas. People couldn't go to the cinemas. And that's why. That's why movies keep getting delayed. And that's just life. Let's move on. Kevin Feige teases the Secret Invasion storyline. So this is what he said about the Secret Invasion TV series starring Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. Samuel L. Jackson. I got confused. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me, Samuel L. Jackson. The Choice series will film to do something different than we've ever done before. So they're going to do something different. I'm just reading off what this guy wrote. This person doesn't know grammar at all. It's going to be interested in the political paranoia aspect. Wants to showcase Sam and Ben, the Skrull guy. I can't pronounce his last name. And won't match the scopes of the comics. So that'll be awesome. Now, this is the last bit of news before we will get into the other reviews and whatnot. Oh, no, we have one more thing of news. One more. Just one more. Oh, please, Lord. Oh, actually, never mind. I've completely run over a bit of news. Let's roll it back. The Office revival is looking to be more likely as it's on Peacock. I started rewatching The Office. I don't like The Office. I know. Unpopular opinion. I think that it's okay. I think it's a good TV show. I just don't think it's the best TV show, as many people put it. Like, I remember talking to my friend. I'm going to leave her name anonymous. And she's like, this is the best TV show I've ever watched. It's my favorite TV show. I watched it 10 times. I love it. I can never get over it. And I'm like, I watched it once. That's enough for me. I enjoyed Parks and Recs more than The Office. And I've watched Parks and Recs multiple times because of it. And Community. I enjoyed a whole bunch of other series more than The Office. I think it's a good show. I think that it kept kicking the dead body after it died. Let's move on. WandaVision will premiere with 2 episodes. Now, WandaVision comes out on Friday this week. I am so freaking excited. You have no idea. I've been wanting a bit of Marvel in my life through the time. And we haven't gotten it. I am excited. I can't wait. Let's move on. Moon Knight, we're coming back to Moon Knight, is expected to start production in March. Definitely exciting. And it will film in Budapest. Awesome. Can't wait. Not much to say on this topic because it's just a film date. But surprise me, Marvel. Surprise me. I'm not very much surprised. Let's move on. Green Arrow and the Canaries has been cancelled. The CW announced that they're not moving forward with their new flagship TV show, Green Arrow and the Canaries. Not surprising. Ooh, there's a copper. Not surprising. I didn't think that the series was going to do very well, honestly. I think that that show was probably doomed to begin with, because Green Arrow, the TV show Arrow, went on for one season too long. And they milked the last season for everything it had. And the season finale was great. Definitely led to for multiple things in the series that I'm excited for. But it just didn't make sense to have Green Arrow and the Canaries as a TV show. Honestly. I think the CW show should just die. I think they should just stop. Honestly. CW, just go away. Let's move on. Loki Season 2 has been confirmed, even though Season 1 hasn't been announced yet. Yes. Yes. That's all I have to say. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes! Sorry for that. But yes. Loki. Excited. Season 2. Excited. Let's move on. October 7th, 2022. Do you know what that date is? Do you know what that date is? Do you? You don't. Do you know why? I don't know. It's the date that Spider-Verse 2 comes out. I don't know why I just did that. I thought it would be funny, but it turned out to be more awkward than funny. Excited. Can't wait. I need to figure out more adjectives than excited, can't wait, because that's all I keep saying. But we're going to keep with it. Let's keep going. Kevin Feige is hopeful that Black Widow will be released in May. I'm excited. Can't wait. Awesome. Let's move on. Anthony Starr, who is Homelander in the series The Boys. He says that The Boys will not be ending anytime soon. Not surprising, because it's a freaking great show. And it is amazing. Definitely check it out. Go watch it right now. Stop what you're doing. Watch it right now. It's bloody amazing. Bloody brilliant. Let's move on. Jamie Foxx. Oh, well, this is a rumor. Jamie Foxx will be receiving his own Electro movie. Just leave him alone. Just leave it alone. Just stop. Stop doing it. Stop making solo movies for villains. Especially villains like Electro. Didn't work the first time. Probably going to work the second time. But don't milk it. Stop milking it, Marvel. Stop milking. Stop it. I see you milking. Stop. You're already milking nostalgia for Spider-Man 3. Just stop it. Alright. Gotham Knights, the game, has combat system that is designed with co-op in mind. Listen close to me, Warner Brothers. Listen close. Listen. It didn't work for Fallout 76. It's not gonna work for you. Make your game solo compatibility, but don't make it just for co-op, because you are going to ruin your game. You are going to ruin your game because that is all you think about. Oh, if we release a game that is only good in co-op, then we'll make more money. That's how we'll do it. That's how we'll make money. That's not how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to ruin your game. That's how you're going to stop making money. So do it the right way. Guess that's better than... Alright, excited. The female version of Ghost Rider is rumored to appear in Blade, the movie. Cool. I mean, we already have a Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just bring him in. Honestly, just bring him in. Unless he's dead, I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't watched a single episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I could not be bothered. Right, let's move on. Can't believe I'm saying this. Mike Flanagan talks about a standalone Clayface movie. Just stop. Stop. It worked for Joker because Joker is a famous villain. It worked for him because he's famous. He's the most famous villain in the DC universe. It worked for him. No one knows who the hell his Clayface is. No one knows who he is. Stop trying, DC. Stop. Leave it alone. Stop. He's already dead. Stargirl has been renewed for a third season. I watched the first season of Stargirl. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay in the sense that it looked visually beautiful. had some of the best costume design ever in the series. In the CW series. Luke Wilson. Yes, I was gonna say Luke Owen, but Owen is his brother. Luke Wilson was brilliant in it. But the only thing is that the actual girl who plays Stargirl was so unbearably annoying that it almost made me not watch the series again. Because she just annoyed the hell out of me. Honestly. Let's move on. Kevin Feige confirms no T'Challa in Black Panther 2, and there'll be no recast and no CGI. The sequel will instead explore the characters and different subcultures of Wakanda. Now, I think that's probably the best way you're going to be able to do it, honestly. I think that's going to be the best way to allow people to move on from Chadwick Boseman's death. And I think that will be the easiest way for people to start afresh, let the other actors do what they do best. But all I'm saying is, if there's no M'Baku, if there's not more, I think M'Baku will be the new Black Panther. In that sense, I think either M'Baku or they bring back Michael B. Jordan. That's the only way that I think that they'll be able to move on from this. I don't want to see Shuri. That's not a sexist thing. That's not a racist thing at all. I just think that they built up M'Baku and they built up Michael B. Jordan in the last movie and in Avengers Infinity War as these big characters who are like second in line to T'Challa. Like we saw at the start of Black Panther when M'Baku and T'Challa fought. And M'Baku's ahead of his own tribe. And we saw Michael B. Jordan beat T'Challa in a fight. I think that proves his ability to be able to be the Black Panther. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I think. WandaVision has a secret character. It's a surprise for everybody, says Paul Bentley. Oh, just tell me. Just tell me! Tell me, please! I guess we'll find out. Michael B. Jordan, speaking of Michael B. Jordan, he will direct Creed 3. That's exciting. One thing that I thought Creed 2 could have done that it didn't do, that I was very surprised with, was that they didn't kill off Rocky. I think because in Creed 1, Rocky got cancer, and he didn't die. He should have died in number 2, but he didn't. He survived cancer. I think if you want to bring the emotional weight, like Rocky has the ability, the series, to bring emotional weight when people die. We saw that in Rocky 3 when Mickey died. We saw that in Rocky 4 when Apollo died. And we saw that in Rocky 6 when Adrian died. And I think that's probably the best idea to bring those in, is to kill a character off to bring another character's motivation up. Yeah. Let's move on to movie and TV show reviews, baby. Movie shows reviews, baby. Don't know what that was. Wonder Woman 1984. As I said before, I thought it was brilliant. Non-spoiler version right now. I thought that it was brilliant. I felt that Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal, the three pillars of that movie, were absolutely brilliant. Their acting, their compassion, they were just amazing. I was very surprised with Kristen Wiig, especially because she's a comedy actress. I wasn't expecting her to be as good as she was. The only downfall of the movie was Gal Gadot. I feel that Gal Gadot got really cozied up to her role as Wonder Woman and kind of didn't really try in this movie. I just didn't understand where her passion went for this movie. It did kind of seem very lackluster, her performance. Like, it didn't seem like the Wonder Woman from Batman vs. Superman or the Wonder Woman from the Wonder Woman movie. It just seemed like Gal Gadot. That's all it seemed like. Just seemed like Gal Gadot playing herself. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We want a real Wonder Woman. We want Wonder Woman. Oh. Ooga booga. Wonder Woman. Let's go on the spoilers. Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord. Brilliant casting. Absolutely brilliant performance. I was so on edge with everything he was doing. I was on the edge of my seat. Every time he was on screen, I felt his emotion. I felt his power. I felt his sorrow. And I felt his happiness. I felt everything. Kristen Wiig. I felt her anger. I felt her emotion. I felt everything that she was showing on screen because she's so good. Chris Pine. I felt his confusion. I felt his compassion. I felt his love. Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot. I felt nothing. I felt nothing at all. I felt like there was nothing inside her in that movie. I felt like there was no joy, no compassion, no love. The only time that I saw any bit of good acting was when she renounced her wish. Now let's start off from the beginning. So there is this stone. It's called a wishing stone. Pretty much you can have one wish, but it has a backfire. It's sort of like that devil's store from Rick and Morty, where you can have one item that will give you everything in life that you want, but it will take away something. Like, I forgot what one of them was. A perfume that will make you irresistible, but will make you impotent. That was one. But that what they would do is that, for example, Wonder Woman brought back Steve Trevor, but she lost her powers. Kristen Wiig gained Wonder Woman's powers, but lost her love and lost her personality, basically. Pedro Pascal, he wished to be the wishing stone and would grant wishes, but would lose his body. Stuff like that. And the whole movie... Oh my gosh, this is getting hard. Oh. Down the wrong throat hole. Yeah. Overall, good movie. If I had to put it in two perspectives, worst movie ever, best movie ever, I'm gonna pick best movie ever. Because of those three actors. I understand that your lead character needs to be great. But when you have such good supporting characters and a great villain, amazing. Patty Jenkins, you did a great job. I think I'm going to talk about Cobra Kai and then I'm going to end this because it's getting unbearable at the moment because of my nose. But I will be back next week. So let's talk about Cobra Kai real quick. And then we'll talk about Cobra Kai, then we'll do what am I watching, and then we'll end. But yeah, Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai. I think Cobra Kai's move to Netflix was the best thing that has happened during the pandemic. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, what are you doing? It's brilliant. I watched the entire series of Cobra Kai 3 times. I'm going to do it again for this podcast. Actually, no. I've watched it probably about 6 times. It's great. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. They've got such good actors, such good writing. Like the way that they've written the series is that when they wrote The Karate Kid, it was so black and white. Like there were good and evil. There was no in between. There wasn't like a bad guy who was doing it because of this reason. It was a bad guy because he was doing it for a bad reason. There's a good guy, but he doesn't have a bad side. He's just good all over. It's so black and white. But the way that they've written Cobra Kai is that everyone is in this middle. Like if this is white, this is black, everyone's grey. Everyone is a bit of both. And I love that because when you bring back Danny LaRusso and Johnny... I forgot what his last name is. Johnny Lawrence. They brought them both back in a way where Daniel LaRusso was so cocky, so arrogant in everything that he did, and was not humble in the slightest, but still showed his love as a family man and as this same character. But bringing back Johnny Lawrence, who is dead in the dumps, down at the lowest he can be, but still wanting to have a relationship with his son in the weird way that he can. And I think that is just brilliant. Especially in this season. I'll talk more about it when we do the watch along. But season 3 was by far the best season I've ever watched. I binge watched the entire series on New Year's Day. I watched the entire series and I loved it. I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching it. It's so just go watch it. It's 25 hours. That may sound like a lot, but that's just straight. You can watch 5 hours a day, and then you'll 5 hours a day for 3 days, and you'll be done. Yeah, that's right. Wait, 25 hours? What the heck? That's not right. Let me do a quick calculation here. So there's 10 episodes. They're 30 minutes long. That is 5 hours. 15 hours. 15 hours. You watch it all in one day. You can watch it all in one day. I don't know where I got 25 hours from. Yeah, definitely go watch it. It is amazing. Or here's a better idea. You come and you watch it with me. You come. I'll record it. You watch it with me, and we'll watch it together. Obviously, when I do this, I will not have it on the screen. Like, you won't be able to see. You'll just see my reaction. You'll see me talking. But the way it's going to work is that you're going to have your phone or your computer next to you, and then you watch it over here. But we're going to sync up. Like, I'm going to say, like, bird goes across screen. Person starts talking, and then that's how we'll sync each other up. And then, we'll go from there. We'll do that every single episode as we go through and watch the entire series. That's exciting. I'm excited to do that. What am I watching this week? That I can't copyright that. That's from another podcast you should check out called the Weekly Planet. They do What Are We Reading Today? Another Australian podcast. They are great. I listen to their podcasts every single week. They kind of inspired me to make this. But what I am watching this week is as I said before, I'm watching The Office. I'm watching Cobra Kai. I'm going to look at my Netflix list now because there are a few things that I want to watch. I watched Jojo Rabbit for the first time in a long time since it came out this week. I forgot how good that show was. I also watched Scoob. Save yourself. Don't watch Scoob. Do not watch Scoob. I am probably going to watch. Let me look at the top list this week. Probably not Bridgerton. Where is it? Pieces of a Woman. Maybe rewatch The Queen's Gambit. I'm not sure, but yeah. Thank you for joining me on the Movie Scoops podcast. I hope you have a wonderful day. Check out my socials, at the Movie Scoops podcast on Instagram, or at Sean Ane 2805 on Instagram for news and everything about the podcast. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and thank you for joining me.